The hardest part about living through this pandemic has been not seeing people as often.
Not being able to see my friends and wider family.
Not being able to see my friends and family.
Not being able to see my friends.
The loss of face-to-face contact with friends and people in the community.
Not being able to visit friends and relations.
I used to live a very social life and now it's a bit lonely stuck at home all day. To go from living in college with 6 of my friends from home and seeing them every single day to just sitting at home alone doing college work is a big change.
The hardest part of living through this pandemic was the not knowing of what was going to happen, who was going to get the virus and how it would affect them.
One of the most difficult things about living through this pandemic is being unable to return home as much as I used to. I'm also living away for college as well, which is really makes it even more difficult to get home to see my family.
The hardest part about the pandemic has been not being able to do the things you take for granted.
For example, seeing our friends every day, going shopping, going to parties, going to the cinema and going on holidays.
The hardest part about living through this pandemic has been doing schoolwork online and not being able to socialise with my friends.
Being able to see my friends and wearing masks.
One of the hardest parts about living through this pandemic is waking up to just put a mask on and go into school.
One positive that can come from this has been we have more appreciation and gratefulness for things we've taken for granted for so long. It's given us a whole new perspective on things.
A slower pace of life and more quality time with family.
Spending more time with my family.
Able to spend more time with my family.
I got to see my family a lot more often because I go to a boarding school.
I'm getting to play with my pets more.
I got to spend more time with my family and help more on our farm.
One positive thing that has come from all this has been that I have more time to relax and spend quality time with my family. Before COVID, everybody was busy working, doing other activities, and when they weren't working now, since lockdown, my whole family is at home and we get to spend quality time together.
One positive thing to come from all this has been it has made us all appreciate simple things that we always take for granted.
Having time to think and reflect on our lives.
People are being more hygienic and washing their hands.
One positive thing to come from all this has definitely been all the time it has allowed me to focus on my college work. I have very little distractions and nothing else really to do other than stuff for college.
The hardest part about living through the pandemic for me was not being able to see my friends as much and not being able to go to school.
And one of the positive things about it, I guess, would be no school.
Every day we are one day closer to normality.